Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 12 of the Mitch and
12.
Alex Show. He's Mitch.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm Alex.
Yeah.
We are the Mitch and Alex Show. We've got a brand new
Are we?
banner. Thanks to our sponsor, Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance. We've got
company.
great company. For all your glass and property maintenance needs, head over to Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance. Great fella. And if you pay a small fee, the Bulldog does come and do the work. We have established that. How are you, Mitch? It's been a while. It's been what, like 2 weeks since we've done a pod.
Has it really been 2 weeks?
Has it been a week or has it been 2 weeks? I don't know.
No,
we didn't do one last week. It's been
definitely
2
hasn't.
weeks.
Yeah, it hasn't been 2 weeks. Oh, no, it hasn't been a week. It's been 2. Wow. Wow. How could the people go on without this great content?
You've been recovering from the junk, though.
Viral conjunctivitis box.
Yeah, we sat there. We just played a nice 15-minute half game of Rugby League Live 4, and you kept having to pause to wipe your eyes. You look like you've been stabbed in the eyeballs. You poor fella. You poor fella.
It's like my eyes were bloodshot and I felt sick and
You look like
tired.
you can still barely open them.
Yep.
You poor fella.
I'm forced here to podcast for all of these great people, box.
Yeah. It's my barbecue. You just work for me.
That's
yeah.
right. But if I don't turn up, you're not doing this pod by yourself for these great people.
No, I'm not. No, because who wants to hear me talk for an hour and a half? All right. Oh, it's the warden. He says legend.
Hello, Warden.
And DMWC Film says, hey, yo.
Hello, DMWC Films.
That is cameraman Shay.
So, Box, what's on the agenda? You asked me what I've been doing for the week. I've been sick, but I've been working. I haven't taken a day off All-Star in like 3 years.
Wow, you were well enough to open up your laptop. Good
That's
job.
right. Yep. Been planning events all over this beautiful state of ours.
Wow.
Can't talk about all of them, but some exciting stuff. I can mention one, Box, an exclusive
Wow.
on the Mitch and Alex show.
An exclusive.
Yes.
This will be up on the All-Star socials tomorrow now. What?
No. It's
No.
going to be a little while. Bigger. We're going to bigger.
Ah, yeah.
Don't get too excited, Box.
Yay, bigger.
It's going to be a nice 5.5 hour trip for everyone. I look forward to jumping in the car with you and doing it all again. Bateman's Bay just wasn't quite long enough last time.
Narendra was long enough.
Narendra was a good one. This will be like Narendra. You'll be curled up in a fetal position in the back seat
I
going,
can't tell if
I'm
I'm
so
crying
cold.
or if you've given me the junk though.
Not yet, chick. Not yet.
Mr. Hardy Productions.
I'm not even contagious anymore, Box.
I would sit
Would I
here-
be here if I was contagious?
I'd hope not.
I need
Why
you.
are my
guys.
eyes itching? Mr. Hardy
You got like yellow shit in your eyes by the end of this podcast.
Mr. Hardy Productions says I would sit here and watch you talk for 3 hours. Thank you, Mr. Hardy Productions.
I'd ask what Mr. Hardy Productions has going on in his life if he's got 3 hours for us.
Yeah. David Bullock says good to have you back, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Hardy Productions says All-Star #1. Shout out to Johnny Patini, #1.
Number one.
David Bullock, Cheesetown Bigger. Indeed. Cheesetown Bigger.
It's going to be a big one. I'm excited. We've got a lot of fans on the South Coast that are, from the Bateman's Bay shows. They've been like, when are you coming back to the South Coast? So Biga's not that close, but I guess it's within driving distance. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's like Sydney people going to Newcastle.
Yeah, but country people, they're like, oh, 2 hour drive, that's not so bad.
Yeah, I guess. Any tours on the horizon, says DMWC Film.
Possibly. We're in talks.
Yeah, we are.
We're in talks.
Mr. Hardy Productions says, let the man talk, Mitch.
Sorry.
He says, what did he
Mr. Hardy Productions, a big Alex
say?
Box
He says,
fan.
we're here to see Box.
Oh,
Wow.
in that case, see you, Box.
Oh, he's actually getting up and walking away. Wow. See you later, Mitch. Oh, he's opening the door. He's left the premises. Well, while Mitch has a little sook and he's coming back. He's back.
Got an hour and a half to kill, Box.
Yep. So let's start off with a special announcement just before I forget.
Special
we have
announcement.
hit 50 subscribers. We're at 56 now. You'd think we'd be at more, but we've hit 56 subscribers.
How do we get to 56 subscribers?
I don't know. I messaged a lot of friends.
Oh,
Typical wrestling show, just friends and family.
not all star.
Not all star, but half the other heads in Sydney.
You're shooting already. We're not even 10 minutes in.
So, getting me off
Name
topic
names
here,
box.
No, not yet. So, as a celebration of hitting 50 subscribers,
We're finally giving away a car.
not a car, better. Better than a car.
Hotel stay. in
Even better.
Cairns. Wow.
Better than you could even imagine.
Mm.
Our sponsor, Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance,
Has paid for a round trip flight around the world.
even better.
Wow.
A one-way trip to the Padstow RSL Club.
Yep.
2 general admission tickets
Wow.
to what is it? There Can Only Be One. Our next show, November
How can you not
18th.
even know the name?
Sorry, I thought it was There Goes the Neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. Like the backyard wrestling game?
Yeah.
Have you ever played that?
No.
You got to play it.
Anyway, 2 tickets to
There can only be one.
There Can Only Be One.
At the
November
iconic
18th.
Padstow RSL Club, November 18th, main event, Lee Morrow and Keegan Brettle going for the All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight title against former WWE superstar Orlando Jordan.
There's Radio Mitch. So,
Plus, Aries versus Tony Cruz for the Eastern States title, and announced recently, Jack Dullahan versus J-Law.
Jesus Christ. Big meaty men slapping meat. Keep an eye out on our social media for how to enter the giveaway, and we'll have it all done. Let's see. DMWC Film Shay says the Alex show has a good ring to it too. Lol. They're just shitting on you today, man. What's
Sorry.
going on?
Shit
Bring it
on
out
the
to
sick
Phil.
guy.
He's just one man. He's a one-man band. I'm not singing it like Heath Slater's theme song, but I got the reference. Bring it out to Phil. Good to see you. Are you excited for November 18th?
Of course he is. Of course he is.
What else has been going on? What's been going on in Aussie wrestling lately, man?
Well, Box, not a lot has been going on in
It's
Aussie
gonna be a long
wrestling.
hour and a half.
Yes, it is. What's been going on in Aussie wrestling? I don't know. But what did we saw the World Series Wrestling Tour. You want to talk about that? I didn't go. You didn't go. We had some friends that went though.
Ring announcer Phil, I believe, went.
Yes.
Um,
Heard he was trying to give away a ticket.
he was.
Yep.
And he did.
He did to who?
Someone.
Anyone good?
No.
No.
You need to tell us about that, Phil. You need to tell us about how your World Series Wrestling adventure went.
I'd say we would call him, but last time I called him, it
He
didn't
shit
go
the
over
bed,
well.
yeah.
He
No,
shit the bed
he
worse
shit the
than the
bed.
puppeteer.
And he shits the bed.
He shits the bed regularly.
Did we talk about the puppeteer incident last weekend?
Well, let's talk about World Series Wrestling.
Yeah.
Then you can talk about the puppeteer because I wasn't there, but
No,
I'll
you
ask
weren't.
questions.
So, World Series Wrestling did a 6-day tour. I believe.
6-day tour. Now, the logistics of that would be incredible. Like, holy shit. Like, I done 4 days last year, and that was exhausting. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine what Mr. Adrian Monero goes through.
On such a large scale as well. Like he did, I think it was a Perth show, an Adelaide show, 2 Melbourne shows. Did he do Brisbane?
Yeah,
And
Brisbane.
Sydney.
So he did pretty much everywhere except
Except-
Tas and Northern Territory,
yeah.
which aren't big wrestling
Yeah.
areas.
So he did those six shows and brought over a whole bunch of internationals. Now, I guess I feel like World Series Wrestling is a niche within a niche. It's very, I guess it's kind of just all the current indie darlings that everyone's obsessed with. He brings them over, and then he brings a couple nostalgia acts over, like Eric Redbeard.
Is he a nostalgia actor? Like, how old of a guy would he be?
He's not old, but I mean, he's a nostalgia act in the sense that Bray Wyatt's just passed away.
Yeah.
And he's not actively wrestling over in America.
Is he not?
Well, not regularly, no. I
Okay.
assume he'd be charging a lot of money for bookings, or maybe he just doesn't want to wrestle that often.
Yeah, I wanted to book Eric Redbeard once, and it was a pretty amazing quote. I won't say, but it was considerable.
Yeah. So having him come over, I guess, was I'd call it a nostalgia pop, but at the same time, it's kind of on the lines. But and then you've got like Sean Spears, who's
It's not really a nostalgia.
no, he's
act.
not a nostalgia pop. He's more of he was a big name in AEW, in WWE. I guess he was over.
Yeah, he's over.
He was pretty over.
Not
He
a big
was- He was a
name.
fan favorite. He wasn't a big name. He didn't achieve much, but everyone knew him. He was pretty over. Everyone at one stage thought he was the next Daniel Bryan. But
Really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
And then he went over to AEW and had a feud with Cody, and then didn't really do much.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So I
feud.
think they brought him over. They love to do the couples thing. So they brought him over, I think, because they were bringing over Peyton Royce.
Now, would you say she's a nostalgia? Because I wouldn't say so with her either.
Maybe in terms of Australian wrestling.
Oh, she hasn't been around here for ages.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. But overall, no. Like she's only been out of the business 2
a
years.
year, 2, yeah.
And that's just because she's had a baby. Um,
I like her a lot.
Yeah, so Matt Cardona was the reigning World Series Wrestling champion going into the tour. Steph DeLanda, the reigning women's champion, I believe.
Wow, Box, you're all over it.
And I can't remember who the tag team champions were. I don't know if it was Brian Cage and Flip Gordon still, if it was the Pereira, might have been them. But there was, I think every title changed hands at least once on this tour.
Except TJ Perkins' title.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I completely forgot about that title.
Because Jimmy Poulton kept saying, no, TJP's title didn't change.
Jimmy who?
Jimmy Poulton.
Yeah. So, yeah, Matt Cardona dropped the belt night 1 or night 2 to Sean Spears and then won it back at the end. Sorry, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched it. And then the Pereira lost their tag titles to Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian, who won their tag belts back 2 days later, which boggled my mind.
The mind boggles, Box.
And then Steph DeLanda got injured like night 1 of the tour, and then Peyton Royce, or I see Phil yelling at me to call it Cassie Lee because that's her current name. She won the belt after it was vacated, I believe, in a fatal 4-way. I don't know.
It's all too confusing for me, Box.
Like, I think we were talking about it in our group chat, and like guys like Speedball versus Moretti and Redbeard versus Bonza, which I heard was actually a banger match. I haven't seen it.
International Dream match.
Yeah, but I think a lot of the matches on the card were for very particular fans. Like you look at guys like Mitch or myself who aren't fans of the modern indie style. I guess
it's definitely
enjoy a show like that.
It's definitely a show for the modern indie fan and few nostalgia guys thrown in.
Yeah,
they don't even like book that many nostalgia guys anymore though.
Like if I had gone, Eric Young would have been the only reason I would
Oh
have.
yeah, he's a bit nostalgic. Yeah,
even Kazarian, I'd say.
Yeah, I've seen Kazarian before though. I saw him in his prime.
Yeah,
05.
That's what I mean. Like they're nearing the ends of their career.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Box, man.
Eric Young's almost 50.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow. He doesn't look almost 50. He looks good for his age.
Or he's at least mid-40s.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
Kazarian, I don't know how old he is, but
He's probably around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was excited that Motor City Machine Guns were going to be there, and then they were pulled for ABC, who I do not have a single care for in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. They threw them into the Bullet Club, but now they're doing this whole Bullet. The Bullet Club's just gone to shambles. But...
Look, with World Series, I'll just say I don't follow too much of it, but logistically, I do respect it. Like, that would be crazy. 10 international guys, a bunch of local guys getting on planes, hotels, all that. So kudos to them. And they are filling a nice hole in the market for modern indie wrestling fans that want modern indie wrestling stars, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it just depends on what you like and what you don't like and whether it's worth it. I think it's good in the sense that guys like Eric Young and Kazarian and even some of the other guys, you don't know if you'll ever get a chance to meet them again. So I guess World Series provides that opportunity.
Yeah. Speaking of meeting something, the Puppeteer story. I've heard it very vaguely, so I've got 1,000 questions.
Okay.
Fill me in, Box.
So, last weekend at training, Johnny Starr was in the ring showing us some moves. And while he was wrestling the Puppeteer, there's a gaping hole in the Puppeteer's shorts, right?
Now, why is there a gaping hole in the Puppeteer's shorts?
Someone asked the Puppeteer. I do not know. It's almost like he It's the only outfit he has in his wardrobe. I don't know if he lost all his luggage coming over from the carnival, but he's picked Johnny Star up scoop sling, and out pops the puppeteer's puppet. But we didn't. Well, I was standing behind, so I couldn't see, and Dancing Dave was filming it, and he like watched the video back and then looked up and said, "Puppeteer, is that your Willie?" And the puppeteer just casually goes, "Oh yeah, it is. Sorry." He said, "I need to turn my shorts around." He proceeds to take his shorts off, and he's wearing like old school tidy whities, and they've just got a massive hole like around the crotch. So all you can see is his bare ass cheeks, depending on which angle you were looking at it from. And then Dancing Dave had some spare shorts in his bag, so he brought them out for the puppeteer. But
Dancing Dave donating some shorts to a grown man.
yeah, the puppeteer was like, "Oh, like it's all right, I'll give them back to you." And Dave was like, "No, keep them, please." So yeah, we all met the puppeteer's puppet.
Accidental exposure in wrestling.
Yeah,
I can't say I've experienced too much of that in my time.
it wasn't an exposure I wish to see again personally.
Well, will someone please buy a puppeteer T-shirt or something? The man needs money for underwear
and shorts.
shorts. Well, no, he's got some shorts now.
I shit you not. The hole from the shorts, like, was pretty much from where his balls dropped to like the bottom of the shorts.
Wow.
It was huge.
Look, I'd like to tell you I'm surprised, but this is a man that wears odd socks every time I see him.
And the man tells me he's dimes. Yeah, right.
Wow. Well, you said it. I love the puppeteer. Great wrestler. He made his debut almost a year ago. Oh no, like just over a year ago. So
in Leighton.
He did, yeah. He's had like 19 matches for the puppeteer. Mm-hmm.
Good for you, puppet.
Let's read some of these comments box. The people, they need their comments to be read.
I don't know. These people are just marking what series.
It's all right. Put it up on the big screen.
Ring announcer Phil says, "Totally adding myself. I was not sober during that phone call. My apologies. It's good to be accountable." That's all right, Phil.
He wasn't sober.
The phone call is shitty.
Yeah, it was like 2 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Don't day drink, ring announcer Phil.
Although on a Sunday, it's not so bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Box. Oh. There's a little technical issue there. Next question, box.
Shay says, "Is there a wrestling scene in Northern Territory?" I need to sneeze.
There's one wrestling promotion in the Northern Territory. Have a sneeze, box.
No, it's all right. It's gone.
All right. It's called Top End Wrestling. They've used like Sid Parker, Erica Reed, a few Perth wrestlers. And there's a scene in Tas as well. There's one promotion in Tasmania, and I feel like that'd be a great place to be for a promoter, Tasmania.
Yeah.
Like you've got this big island and population, no competition, but also a very small market because Hobart's like a city with a population of like 400,000.
Wow.
So it'd be like running Newcastle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Enjoy a bevy, but please drink responsible. By the way, World Series was awesome. Cassie Lee, formerly Paint and Roast, lived off my street in Cranebrook and minded my guinea pigs at 4 years old. Good time.
Wow.
What a connection.
See that girl on TV? She used to babysit my guinea pig. What a claim to fame.
Wow. I know a guy who reckons he wrote Yellow by Coldplay. Cassie Lee, don't worry, Bob.
Hold on. Don't go over that. Who's this friend that thinks he wrote Yellow by Coldplay?
He reckons he wrote Yellow by Coldplay.
Is he crazy?
A little bit.
Yeah. He's cooked.
Cooked unit. Best fisherman suplex in the game. Maybe currently, but
who?
Peyton Roy.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah. All right. It's no Mr. Perfect. No Johnny Star. Johnny Star throws a good fisherman suplex. Pereira won the tag titles in the end. then they were the best heels of the night in Penrith.
Okay.
Why was heels in caps there? Pereira lost them.
He's promoting the TV show
Yeah.
Heels.
Velocity's got screwed. Yeah. Shout out to Paris and Jude. Important comment. Eric, not so young. Yeah. Oh, and then Shay made the same joke. We made the same joke. Nice typo there, Shay. Lol, great minds think alike. What do we got here? Dicks out for Harambe, Puppeteer 2023. Bahaha. Come on, there we go. Lol, burn, says the zoo which we call home.
The zoo which we call home, a regular on the pod.
Yeah. I love that there's a little cat emoji at the end of that. I wonder if that's any relation to the content cat. I wonder if we'll see the content cat this episode.
Don't know.
I feel like we're boring these people. There's 6 of them watching, and I don't know why.
No, it's riveting content, Box.
What, seeing the puppeteer's penis?
Oh, well, look, that's an amusing story. It's an amusing story. It's amusing seeing me here with 5% vision and conjunctivitis eyes.
Yeah. And after you got flogged 70-12 in rugby league live.
People don't care about that, Box.
No, you don't.
The
think
people
they
don't care about it.
No,
No.
no, they do.
No.
So we played.
No,
a
the game wasn't even completed.
It was Australia versus New
It cut
Zealand.
out.
It was Australia versus New Zealand.
Cut out, Box.
Because you turned the Xbox off.
No.
Yeah. So
Wouldn't
it's
be
Australia
me.
versus New Zealand.
Just gonna go on my phone while
He
you
picked
brag.
his Australian dream. I picked my New Zealand dream team. And I was getting shat on in the group chat. Box, your team's shit. Mitch's team shits on yours on paper. And I said, it's not about the team. It's about the player playing as the team. And Benji Marshall and Sonny Bill Williams carved up on the left. Jonathan Thurston probably missed about 80 tackles.
Just like a real life.
and I beat him 70-12, and there's still 10 minutes game time on the clock.
Oh, that's a bit of an over
It was at
exaggeration.
71 and a half minutes. I looked.
You got any picture evidence? Didn't think so.
I've got picture evidence of halftime.
Yep.
Yeah.
I held you out. Actually made a comeback.
You didn't. It was
I didn't.
70-12. Gee. Anyway, ring announcer Phil says thoughts on Morgan Harper signing for the Eels. Box. Let's chuck that up there.
Who is Morgan Harper?
Exactly, right? He's a centre from the Manly that's known for getting absolutely flogged by Talakai for a whole game.
Okay.
And we've signed him because we lack depth in the back. If anyone knows how to get quality out of a player and kind of, I guess, unlock their untapped potential,
It's not Brad Arthur.
it's Brad Arthur.
No, it's not.
Look at what he's done with Clint Gutherson. Look at what he's done with Bryce Cartwright. Look at what he's done with Isaiah Papali'i.
3 very average players, Box.
Gutho was robbed of a Dally M.
Mr. 4 minutes at State of Origin. No thanks.
Brad Fittler picked him because he said he was the form player of the competition.
Brad Fittler's cooked.
Yeah, he isn't coach anymore. Anyway,
Gutho is why he's not coach anymore. They're like, how could you pick Gutho and play him for 4 minutes?
hey, it's better than Damien Cook at left center.
It's
Anyway,
true.
Mr. Hardy Productions says, when can we see the sexy dancing Dave again? I don't know. How about when he comes to training? Ring announcer Phil says,
Does anyone really care about Dancing Dave apart from this Mr. Hardy Productions
probably
guy?
not. That's pretty sus.
Wow.
3 players who were already established. Gutho wasn't already established. He did his ACL like twice at Manly and left because he was a dud, and they were playing him on the wing, and he became one of the most consistent fullbacks in the comp. All right, so Gutho wasn't
Consistently average.
Lick my nuts. All right,
He is. He's not good. He's not great.
Bryce
He's
Cartwright
good. He's good.
was great when he started, and then there was that whole thing where he was bouncing from club to club. Brad Arthur turned him into a great player. Isaiah Papali'i, he did jack shit at the Warriors. Who was he? No one knew him. Came to Parramatta, back rower of the year. Did he get back rower of the year at Warriors? No, I didn't. Ring announcer Phil.
There you go.
You went to Sam Don. Look, Phil, I don't care where Brad Fittler went to school. You're a Manly supporter, so you're just salty and you're jealous. All right.
Wow. Box is shooting on the punters.
David Bullock says, you're dreaming. Sorry, Alex. Come on. Yeah, but you're a Bulldog supporter. We get it. You signed Jerome Luai. No one cares.
I heard it was between the Bulldogs and the Tigers.
Tigers aren't getting him.
I'd like the Tigers to get him.
What, Jerome Luai just wants to win a wooden spoon for once?
Wow, that's rude.
At least at the Bulldogs, he'll come second last. Anyways, enough of the footy talk. It's getting me aggressive.
We're in the off season now.
We're into international
International
footy.
footy.
Which I give absolutely no shits about.
Nah, I like it, but seeing Australia pump Samoa is boring.
Yeah. Stephen Crichton at 5'8", what's that about?
I
don't know.
It's almost like putting Jonathan Thurston on the wing.
And then into the back row. Bulldogs 2024 champs. It's in the history. Yes, I know. They made the 74, 84, 94, 04, 14 grand final. They did.
Yeah. It's going to be Roosters.
And they won them on and off. And then the Roosters have also... There's something there about their history too. So the stats say it'll be a Roosters Bulldogs grand final with the Bulldogs winning.
It's going to be Roosters and Panthers, and the Roosters are going to win.
I think neither teams make the grand final. I think neither teams make the finals. The Bulldogs and the Roosters.
You don't think the Roosters will make the finals?
Yeah, my bold prediction.
Wow, that's a dumb prediction.
I've got Para top 4.
Yeah, of course you do. That's your dumb prediction.
Mitchell Moses for the Dally M.
Yeah.
And I reckon he gets the Origin 6.
All right. No more footy talk. People are dying.
David Bullock says correct. And I assume that was in reference to Parramatta making the top 4.
No.
You know what? We haven't lost any viewers during all of that. David Bullock says, have to live in my delusional hope. Don't we all, David Bullock? Don't we all? Just
Not
like
me.
These Roosters.
Look, I told you guys the Roosters would make the 8. And the Roosters made the 8. Not only did they make the 8, they won the first round of the finals.
Against who?
I don't even remember who they beat.
Yeah. No one
Was it Canberra?
Yes, Canberra.
Yeah, Canberra.
No one cares.
And then lost a close one to the Storm where we were robbed. Thank you.
Will Warbrick scored a pearler.
Did you not see the knock on?
Yeah, but there was like a high tackle before that. From the
No.
Roosters.
Don't get me started, Box. I'll wipe conjunctivitis on you.
Well, ring announcer Phil has predicted the Sharks to win the comp next year.
No.
Ring announcer Phil, you got no clue what you're on about.
No chance.
Here we go. The zoo, which we call home. Roosters, Bulldogs, Panthers, Warriors. Final 4 next year.
No.
Yeah, no chance.
Bulldogs might make the 8 if they get Luai.
Nah, Roosters beat the Sharks, unlucky to Robbie Eagles.
Oh, yeah, the Roosters did beat the Sharks. That's
no
right.
one cares about Robbie Eagles. I'm a Para fan, though.
What do you mean nobody cares about Robbie Eagles?
He's a Shark supporter. Who cares?
Wow.
No one
I
cares
like
about
Robbie
Shark
Eagles.
supporters. I do like Robbie Eagles, but he's a Shark supporter, and that disappoints me.
He's always been such a nice
My
fella, and you're
nose from-
shitting on him.
My nose from this angle looks like Blake Ferguson.
Nice.
Anyway,
He signed with the Curry Bulldogs, by the way.
who cares? He's overrated. He's old and he's washed up. When will we get another match announcement for November?
Monday.
Monday. Wow.
You can decisively say Monday.
Any hints on who maybe?
Nah. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm not prepared.
Is that because you don't know what match to announce?
That's right.
Oh, here we go. Aussie Wrestling's in here. Oi, bruv. All right, Will Ospreay.
Oi, bruv.
Yeah. The zoo, which we call home, says Little Jimmy likes Robbie Eagles. Yeah. We've established, but we don't want to get heat. So.
My name's Jimmy Poulton. You don't like my British accent? Jimmy always tries to do this British accent of his.
But then he throws the Americanization
Yeah.
as well.
Like, what was
Metalcore.
There was some word he said, and I was like, "What the fuck are you trying to say, mate?" I don't remember what it was.
It's metal. When he says metalcore, he says metalcore.
Metalcore.
Yeah.
He's like TNT.
Sa.
Hey guys, TNT here.
The most explosive wrestler on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone-
we all know that.
Everyone used to talk about his American accent.
Aussie Wrestling says Robbie Eagles is a great pro wrestler. Yeah, so is Speedball Mike Bailey now. Get out of here. Lost my train of thought just then.
We better get a back box.
Take us somewhere, Mitch. Lead us.
Well, former NWA champion Nick Aldis. he's back. He's back box. Wow.
Sorry, that just.
Box is laughing at Nick Aldis.
So Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis is back, Box.
Nick Aldis is now the SmackDown general manager.
Now, what do you think about it?
I think it's.
That's a
stupid.
man with a British accent. Genuine one, too, not like Jimmy Poulton.
I hate it. I think
We proof.
I think Nick. Leave me alone.
Nick Aldis is a good choice. He's good looking, cut a promo.
I think he's a great choice as general manager, but man, I think he can still go in the ring.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
He's like he could be a genuine top star.
I don't know how old of a guy is he now.
He's like 40.
It's a bit old.
What do you mean? Half their top stars at that age.
Yeah.
They're just pushing LA Knight for the first time ever, and he's bloody
He's a once in a lifetime talent.
yeah. So is Nick Aldis. Though.
Nah, Nick Aldis slightly below.
Would you book Nick Aldis?
Yeah. I tried to book him once when he was the NWA champion.
You have a thing for the NWA champion, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
EC3 comment.
You can't say that because now people will be like, "Oh, All Stars bringing in EC3. We're not bringing in EC3."
Oh, that's what we were going to talk about. Now, who here?
Well, don't just run away from Aldis. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, whatever. He's a SmackDown general manager. He's not going to wrestle. Who cares?
Wow, you find a better topic and you just dog Nick Aldis. This is like what you did to Stephen Kearney.
Yeah, I dropped him like a bad habit.
Wow.
Who else did I drop? I dropped something else.
Who cares? What was your point?
Wrestling, the Netflix documentary.
Yeah, you watched it.
Last episode, you told
You
me I was
binged it. You watched all of them in the night.
pretty much. Yeah,
Mm.
I was up late, so I had some time.
Tell us about a box.
Yeah. So, God bless Al Snow. God
Was he
bless
your favorite on the show?
100% by a country mile.
I really like the. Yeah, Haley
I
J.
was indifferent, but I.
And then I started to really like her and her story.
Yeah, so did I. I don't like the Dark Storm dude though, Eric, her boyfriend.
No, he's a bit sketchy,
Yeah, not a fan of him.
but he's designed to be sketchy.
Yeah. You reckon a lot of those characters were kind of?
Nah, I think it's complete shoot. I can relate to most people on that show over my time in the wrestling business, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like there was Cash Flow, the aging veteran,
Oh, what a guy!
just loves it.
He's a little bit like the Buccaneers.
Yeah, but he's got the mentality of the Birdman.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do this till my body gives
maybe
out.
just a little bit less cooked.
Let's not disparage the Birdman. Not on the Mitch and Alex show.
Anyway, Cash Flow, what a guy!
I really liked him and his story.
Yeah.
Um,
It was cool to see him get on AEW Dark as well.
yeah, I liked Haley's mum as well.
Yeah, Maria, the Amazing Maria.
Amazing Maria, and I believe Jasmine Brettle has wrestled the Amazing. Name to fame.
Wow.
And they're both Brettles have wrestled in the Davis Arena.
Wow.
Yes, the iconic Davis Arena. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think it was a great show. I like watching it. I went in there with the mentality that, like, because you said that it was very, very insightful into how Australian wrestling is.
I think independent
or
wrestling in
independent
general.
wrestling in general. So that was cool to watch and kind of see the similarities to what we go through as an independent promotion.
Yeah, I could relate to a lot of it.
So that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't watch it again just because I've seen it. I don't need.
I can't wait to give it another watch. Actually,
But Al Snow, how good was it to see? Oh, Doug Basham popped me as well. Really wasn't expecting to see Doug Basham, and I saw Doug Basham, and it popped me.
it's kind
Maybe
of.
still go too.
Can I?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the full match.
No, I mean from the highlight.
Oh, from the highlights. Yeah.
Look at him go. Al Snow.
I think it's cool that they've got a setup there where they've got Al Snow. They've got Al Snow, Doug Basham. Where's Danny Basham at?
Who cares?
Wow, that's
Does anyone even remember Danny? Doug Basham's the one.
that's the man's brother. Is it his shoot brother? I don't remember.
I don't know. Doug Basham's like Cody Rhodes, and Danny Basham's like Ted DiBiase's dude.
Wow, he's the Genetti.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that at first. Yeah, he's the Genetti, which is funny because Al Snow teamed with Marty Jannetty after Shawn Michaels dumped him.
What a duo. The thing I could relate to most is like they're at the agricultural show and the wrestlers are handing out flyers. Like we do that when we go on tour.
Yeah, we do.
How would you know? How would you know? You've never been on a tour in your life.
Continue.
Maybe that'll change, Box. Maybe that'll change.
Maybe when we get to bigger.
Yeah, maybe you hand out some flyers and be like, this was like on the wrestlers.
I'm Hollywood Haley J. Woo!
I think she'll get signed. Hollywood Haley.
I didn't realize how long ago the doco was filmed until I saw them at Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah, that was cool to see behind the scenes of that as
It
well.
was, yeah. Seeing how loved Al Snow was as well. That was,
Yeah.
what a guy.
But Al Snow seems like a bit of a sad fella as well, in a way.
I think he's just.
Well, he's stressed.
I think he's just very passionate about what he does, and he's not getting it to where he wants it to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the death match between Hollywood Haley J and the Amazing Maria?
Well, they had a story behind it, and it didn't get too crazy from memory.
No, I didn't.
So
Sometimes.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I hate death matches, and we're gonna go into the death match chat because that hasn't been done a million times. I like death matches when they've got a reason to occur.
Yeah.
If they're just death matches for no reason, then I don't really like them.
I think Al Snow put it perfectly. The producer asked him what a death match was, and when he elaborated, he said that it was a reason for wrestlers with no talent to call themselves wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, that's how a lot of people feel, to be honest.
But I don't know. That might be a bit harsh.
Well, it makes you wonder, like, how many guys out there are capable of doing death matches properly? The answer's probably not too many, right?
But how many guys are capable of doing a death match, but then go and wrestle a regular and put on?
Yeah.
I think that was his point. Like anyone can go do a death match if they're stupid enough, right? It's just jackass in a wrestling ring. But
That's what he said, right? I remember that
did
quote.
he say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even know that he said that. But
It's
like,
jackass in a wrestling
it
ring.
is. It's jackass in a wrestling ring. Like you take all that away and you wrestle a regular match. Can you do it? Probably not.
Death
Great. Anyway.
Death matches kind of aren't hot anymore, anyway.
Yeah, they hit a phase when Nick Gage was popular and
Yeah.
like Cardona first like got released and they did a death match. I think that's the only death match I've ever watched in full.
Who? Nick Gage and who?
And Cardona.
I've never even seen it.
It's not bad for a death match.
Did it have a reason?
Cardona just wanted to. I think it was
Just wanted to do a death match.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. There was like they hadn't had any matches in the build-up. It was just the first match of the ride. I think it was just the one-off. I can't remember if there was a build, but I just remember saying, "Wow, Matt Cardona in a death match. That's new."
Yeah.
And he copped the pizza cutter.
Yeah. No, I don't love the deathmatch stuff. We got some comments, Box.
Yes, we
Let's
do.
see where they can lead us.
We won't give you EC3, but maybe you'll get A10.
E10. He hasn't been mentioned in a while, Box.
No, he hasn't.
Shout out to Deepak, by the
I
way.
was going to say, shout out to the current AWF Tag Team Champion, Deepak.
Congratulations.
Sorry, is that contract tampering? The Rusty Slug says, "Shut up, Box."
The Rusty Slug.
I wonder who that could be.
I love the Rusty Slug.
He can lick my nuts.
Rusty Slug, I love you. Let's get a kebab and a palm next time we're at the Collecticon.
You want to read that out in your... What about a beef kebab? Read that out in your British accent.
Mate, watch your fucking mouth, mate. Sorry, bruv.
Yeah, right.
I don't do a great English accent. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
I'll work on it.
Southie. Sorry, I've not been there the past few shows. Still shocked he's gone. I'll be back when the time is right. All good, Southie. We'll see you when you're back. Yeah, fair enough. You look so tired, Mitch. I don't know how you.
See, this is I've been sick, and because it's viral conjunctivitis, I guess. I'm tired all the time.
Yeah, because you're just kind of staring in the blanket.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't normally be this tired, but because my body is still fighting the ending stages of this infection, it's like, yeah, I'm tired.
Having you sit there and like kind of have me lead the conversation makes me realize how important you actually are to the show.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. What do you guys think of our new banner, by the way? Because I love it.
Donated by one of our great sponsors. Our only great
Our only
sponsor.
great sponsor, Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance. If anyone is interested in sponsoring the podcast, hit up our social. And just a reminder, keep an eye out on our social media for the giveaway. 2 free general admission tickets to There Can Only Be One, November 18th, live at the iconic Pet Store RSL Club. I remembered the name.
That's good, Box.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm good with dates. Names, not so much.
The banner is very classy, though.
It is. Shout out
It's
to,
our logo.
Yeah.
You got to stop giving shout outs, Box. Who are you shouting out
I
now?
was going to give a shout out to Jay Enzo.
Oh, yeah. Give him a shout out.
How do you? I can't remember how you say his name again.
Did you ask him how to pronounce his name?
I did. Yeah.
Wow.
Because you said Jay Enzo. No, well, I think he saw our episode.
Oh,
And he said it's not Jay Enzo.
I've never met Jay Enzo. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name. I've never met him. Okay, Newzo. But he's been with All Stars since 2019. Top bloke. Check him out if you need graphic design work done. He's done this.
He did the logo and the banner design for me.
He's done everything for the podcast and everything All Stars. So give him some business. He's a good guy. It's JNYUZO. NYUZO graphics.
You can spell it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know how to spell it. He's a top bloke. Very quick. Can't say enough good things about
Yeah,
him.
very quick. I asked him to get it for a logo, and he got back to me the next day with a finished product. It was amazing. David Bullock says very classy banner. We appreciate that, David Bullock.
It's a nice one.
It is. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting,
It's all right.
but that's our sponsor's fault.
Wow. Box, you've already lost 2. You want to lose 3? Box has been losing sponsorships.
Yeah, sorry. Green Answer Phil says, appreciate the banter, love and support, guys. Might be leaving the podcast soon. Stay well.
Who's leaving the podcast?
R.A.P. Green Answer Phil. David Bullock, that's what she said. What?
It's too big. Something like that.
All right, good call.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who's your top 5 faves in All-Star Boxier Cat? Says Zuli 400.
What's your question, Box?
It is. Okay.
Top 5 favorites. That's a tough one, Box, because you love anyone that makes the main roster.
Number 1 has to be my trainer, Big Keegsy B, Keegan Brettle.
Wow, Johnny Starr's going to be pissed.
Number 2, my other trainer, Johnny Starr.
Why Keegan first?
I don't know.
I'm going to tell Johnny Starr you said this.
We'll tell him tonight at training. So, Keegan Brettle, Johnny Starr.
Wow. Controversy.
Tony Cruz.
Tony Cruz is doing really good.
Yeah. I can't snub Aries, so we'll stick Aries in there.
Oh, fuck Aries. Who'd he ever beat?
Oh, I don't know. The longest reigning Eastern States champion, Jack Dullahan.
Well, did he really beat him, though? He climbed a ladder and then buried him in a bunch of objects.
Which was the objective to win the match.
Yeah, for the ladder match, yeah.
You booked him in a ladder match.
Hey, I didn't book him. They agreed to it.
They agreed to a ladder match.
But Jack Dullahan has not been pinned or submitted in almost 2 years.
Wow, he hasn't been pinned or submitted in 2 years. Wow, big deal. He beat Jay Sorbet.
In fact, I hate Jay Sorbet now.
Nah, I love Jay Sorbet. Who else did he beat? I don't know.
You put Jay Sorbet over on the last pod for helping you train. Now it's like, oh, Jack Dullahan beat Jay Sorbet. I like Jay Sorbet.
No, he was just the first person that came to mind. He is versing J-Law at the next show. That'll be a true test.
Former Australian champion versus former Eastern States champion.
Correct.
Who we got in that one, Box?
Jack Dullahan.
It's tough to argue with 2 years
next,
undefeated.
So in a month's time, you can say, who did Aries ever beat? I'll say Jack Dullahan. Who beat J-Law, possibly?
We'll see. I think J-Law is definitely someone who could beat Dullahan.
For sure.
But I don't know.
Man took Big Kigsy B to his limit. He beat Big Kigsy B in the match.
He did beat Big Kigsy B.
And that's Big Kigsy B. He's an alpha dog. Anyway, so my top 3 was Keegan, Johnny Starr, and Cruz. Sorry, let me just keep that up there so I keep remembering to answer it. Now,
Johnny Star's been snubbed.
Mike Valuable would have to be up there. So I'm a fan. Can I chuck the belief in as one?
No.
How could I forget? This guy's got to be number one. My hero, the Australian Nightmare, Wes Williams.
The Australian Nightmare.
Wes Williams, what a guy! Superb talent, great fella. Hopefully, he sorted out his drama with Hell Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it, but I guess I'll touch base with Hell Yeah in a few weeks in Parks, and we'll see. What? What happened? What do you mean? What?
All right. You know what, Mitch? Just for the shits and giggles, and because we have no.
No,
content,
let's not go any further on
Who's
that.
your top 5 favorite wrestlers in All Star?
Johnny Star.
Wow. Keegan's been snubbed. I'm telling
Keegan's off the list.
you. Wow.
Go Johnny Star, Jack Dullahan,
Aussie Observer.
Mike
Richard
Valuable,
Keegan, Pete.
J Law, Tony Cruz.
I missed that entire list after Johnny Star was too busy mocking someone.
Johnny Star, Johnny Star, Jack Dullahan, Mike Valuable, J Law,
and
Tony Cruz.
You like the big fellas and then the other fellas.
The big fellas and the other fellas.
So mainly the big fellas.
I just listed the first 5 people that came to mind. I love them all.
Righto.
I love Hell Yeah. What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. I forgot about Hell Yeah.
How could you
There's too many. I probably couldn't name a top 5.
They are the all-stars
If
of
I
Australian
were to
wrestling. What about
name-
Orlando Jordan?
If I were to name a bottom 5, the bottom 4 of the bottom 5 would be the Puppeteer.
Wow.
And the 5th member of the bottom 5 would be Jimmy Colton.
Puppeteer is 6 for me.
Screw him.
I love him.
Peace and
Love
love,
you,
y'all.
Puppeteer.
I'm out. Left and came back. Lol. Says ring announcer Phil. Definitely a solid top 5 guys. May need to be top 10. You know what? David Bullock and anyone else in the comments, hit us with your top 5.
Hit us with your top 5 and we'll comment on them.
Sorry, the inside jokes. Remember.
Well, that wasn't really an inside joke.
Was it? Here we go. Ring announcer Phil's already come through. Keegan, J-Law, Aries, Jasmine, and Without Warning.
Wow.
That's 6, but okay, we'll take it.
He says it's hard to name a 4 and 5 for him.
Also, Jasmine has no E at the end of her name. I see that mistake all the time. If you want to correct me on names, ring announcer Phil, there's a correction for you.
How about calling TMDK by their actual name?
TDMK for the AEW heavyweight title.
Yeah. That one pissed off Carlito.
Who's currently back in WWE. We didn't talk about
We should talk about that.
We should talk about it.
Congratulations to Carlito. I know he watches the pod. Making your debut back in WWE again. I knew you would do it. You told me at Padstow that you were a washed up guy, but I said, no, you're not.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he was joking though. He's like, oh, I'm selling these photos. I've got these ones. It was him when he was like in his first WWE run. He's like, oh, this is prime Carlito. And then he had new ones. And he's like, oh, this is washed up Carlito.
Oh,
He's being funny.
what a fella.
But I said, you're not washed up. You're good. And look at him now.
Back in the WWE.
He's a big
Straight
superstar.
with the LWO.
Yep.
What a guy.
I'm happy for Carlito. He told me he hated to travel, so now he gets to do a lot more of it.
Well, I read somewhere that, someone asked him why he didn't return sooner, and he said it was just miscommunication with them. They thought he had heat with them. He thought he had heat with them, or whatever. They both thought they had heat on both ends. And now he's back 13 years later.
Congratulations, Carlito. What a guy.
David Bullock's number 1 and 2. Keegan and Jasmine. Everyone loves the Brettles. Am I right?
Yeah.
Mike Valuable, Jack Dullahan, and Otis.
It's a good list.
Everyone likes the bad guy. I had 5 beers that night. Lol. The TDMK night. Lay off the beer. Don't be drinking on the job. I can't remember about the Carlito botch. I think I was just nervous. The zoo, which we call home. I like your list, though. Give us your list, though, whoever you are. I wonder if that's Tinker the Cat. Anyway.
Tinker, you've just released endorphins. Fucking oath.
Oath.
Oath, sorry.
Jesus Christ, we're not even an hour into this. You poor viewers.
What do you mean? They're loving it.
Wow. We're not even on the same level.
This is what happens when Mitch gets sick and tired.
And Box has to carry the conversation.
Box, you can't carry anything. You can't even carry a ring board by yourself. Unlike the puppeteer who moves them. No, he moves them by himself.
Oh yeah, and puts holes in the wall while he's at it.
It's all right. He
How many
gets
holes have I put in the
it
wall?
gets the job done. He gets the job done. What? Whoa! What a revelation. Wait, Box, I sure could go for some menu lock. Oh, fuck it hell.
Why was the Mrs. Steaks and pork and chicken and rice not enough?
Well, she hasn't come back yet.
Anyway, the puppeteer says, "Bah ha ha ha, burn." But yes, Mitch is nice since not very puppeteer.
I love the puppeteer.
No one does.
What do you mean? That's so mean.
Except that kid from Collect. Should we talk about Lucky Ducky Buffman?
Well, we haven't got any other content, so let's do it. Tell the people, Box.
You tell the people. It's your story.
You tell the people it's your story.
They were called. Okay,
I'm too tired.
we were at the Collecticon, the one that me, Aries, and Dancing Dave were late to.
Did we tell that story on this podcast?
About us being late. And
Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
Or did we? Was that in the one that got deleted because of the technical issues?
I don't think so. I don't know. Nice culture we have, eh? So at the Collecticon.
Well, first of all, you got reamed out for being an hour and a half late, and it was pretty amusing.
40 minutes.
An hour and a half.
Anyway. So we're there. And this is probably after you made me go around the world to get you food.
Now, look, that is a funny story.
That I've never yelled so many expletives in one day.
Me and Nigel the Slug, we convinced Box that they sell chicken palms at the Penrith Collecticon. So we're like, Box, can you go up and get us a chicken palm? And Box goes up there. He asks about a chicken palm.
No, it was a hot dog at the start.
Oh, I feel like they do sell, or they did sell hot
They
dogs
didn't
there.
know.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like they did at one point. That wasn't a rip. But then we started ribbing you with other food items. Beef kebab, chicken palm, nachos. Oh, tacos, yeah.
And then you ended up ordering tacos.
Yeah, I spent like $30 on tacos.
And I had for like 4 tacos.
I think it was 6.
Whatever. That's how many? That's like what, $5 a taco.
It's all right. I've got all-star money.
Anyway, shit, lost my train of thought. Sorry, yeah. So I went out, I got you tacos, came
From the
back.
menu log person, and that was quite the task Box because I wouldn't give you my phone.
Yeah, so you had to put my number down on the menu log order. And I'm pretty sure they still called you.
Yeah. People don't read.
No. Anyway. So that all happened. Mitch is sitting there munching on his tacos. We're on commentary. And there's this child that was there at the last Collecticon we did as well. Massive fan of the puppeteer.
And Keegan.
And Keegan and Jasmine. Right? So at the end of the show, like this kid actually stands in the entranceway and like waits for them to high five, and we've got to keep moving him out.
He's a bit of a super fan, but I've never seen him at Padstow. He's just a Collecticon super fan, which is great.
And then the like during the matches, he'd walk right up to the apron and like stand, like try and touch the apron. We kept having to move him back. And then after the show,
Don't you bury this young boy.
he's
a good kid.
He's interacting with none other than international superstar the Red Scorpion.
Yes.
And the Red Scorpion was trying to speak to some other fans, but the kid just wouldn't leave him alone. And he turned to Jeremy Kopp and says, "Jeremy Kopp, can you please take care of this kid for me? He's doing my hair."
Wow.
And the kid walked away. Now this kid's parent, nowhere to be seen, and he wouldn't be more than 6 years old, surely.
I don't know. I think he'd be older than 6.
7, 8 max. Right?
Sometimes there's like kids that are like 12 and they look 6. He's 18 or 17 and he looks 12.
He looks 6. So yeah,
He's got a new haircut, by the way. I look forward to seeing it.
so Jimmy Neutron.
Wow.
So we're in the chat, and Mitch says, "Oh no, I've just received a message request." And
Yeah.
it's from Lucky Ducky, buff man. All right. I'm naming and shaming. And these messages are tell the puppeteer to accept his friend request.
Yeah, on his private Facebook.
Yeah, and tell Keegan and Jasmine to accept their request as well.
Yeah.
I assume on their private Facebook.
I was very kind to the young lad. I said we can't really do that, but he insisted.
And then he probably called you for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then started messaging you on Instagram. Wow.
Yeah, he tried to follow up on the Instagram, but it didn't work out too good.
So this kid just constantly calling him. We had to get a member of our chat to send him a message and be like, "Hey mate, you need to lax it."
I was very polite to the young lad. I'm polite to
I
everyone.
think in the end he was threatened with the police.
Was he really?
Yeah, and he was never to be seen of again.
Oh, that's harsh. I wouldn't have threatened him with the police.
Obviously, it's an empty threat.
Yeah, but
how else are you gonna get rid of the little shit?
nah. I love his enthusiasm if he is that enthusiastic, but yeah, you can't go adding the wrestlers on their private Facebook pages. Box comment.
Or consistently calling the promoter through the social media.
Trying to talk to the All-Star social media team.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I hope we see him again November 26th at the Penrith Collecticon.
So do I.
Why is that funny?
No, yeah, hopefully we're on time to that one too.
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah. Don't want to have to cop the do I look like a bitch to you again?
Go into it, Box. We've got time. For those that don't know.
So, Dance and Dave. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Just before we go into this, got some new comments. Thoughts on World Series wrestling? Do you think they bring attention to other feds or only have standalone fans? So we touched on World Series earlier, but not this aspect. So I like this question.
Yeah.
So I think there's an association with PWA there.
Well, not necessarily PWA. They kind of just book whoever the biggest promotion in the state that they're in.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So in terms of Sydney, there'd be a PWA association.
I guess, yeah.
Because I think with Perth, they've got EPW with Damien Slater, MCW with Melbourne. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. I'm good. So yeah, I think the first ever like wrestling show in Australia that I went to, I believe, was a World Series wrestling show.
Me too.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're so alike.
Yep.
And I was there to see the internationals, but I think seeing guys like Mick Moretti and Robbie wasn't on that show. I can't even remember the Aussies that were on that show now, but I distinctly remember seeing Mick Moretti and being like, "This guy is awesome." Don't. I'm in the middle of a serious.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think it does bring attention to our guys. I don't know about the Fed specifically, unless they go searching for those guys. But I definitely remember being like, "Oh man, Mick Moretti, he's awesome. I wonder who he wrestles for."
My thought is they would get a lot of people that are like you, where they turn up from Matt Cardona or a big name, and then they're like, "Oh, who are these Aussie guys? We'll check them out." But what was the question? Do we think that they
bring attention to other feds or only have standalone?
Maybe a little bit, but I think majority would be standalone fans that are just there for the big name guys. There'd be a trickle down effect, but I think it'd be quite small.
Yeah,
because a lot of people, it's like, you know, the Hyundai A League, the football. People are like, "Oh, the Hyundai A League is shit. English Premier League is better." There's people like that with wrestling as well. Like, "Oh, if it's not a WWE guy, they're no good." Like, completely false, of course, but that's how a lot of people think. So there's some people that will be going to World Series wrestling that you're never going to win over and get coming to Aussie wrestling shows, I don't think.
Yeah. Fair enough. I know a lot of people that are World Series wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fans of Harley Cameron. List from the Puppeteer: Dullahan, Keegsy, J-Law, Jasmine, and Caesar.
I like Caesar.
Why?
Australia's favorite pirate wrestler.
I wrestled Caesar.
Yes, you did, and you lost.
Sorry, B-Boy, says the zoo, which we call her.
B-Boy, highly underrated.
Green answer, Phil. That blonde kid's name is Layden. He was a fan of me too. Wanted to get a photo. I'm just a ring announcer, and he wanted a photo with me.
Wow, he was a fan of ring announcer Phil.
Hey, I'm like, he was a fan of me. He came up to me and said,
Love the pod.
no, he said, hey, do you want to be a wrestler when you grow up? And I was like, I am grown, but yeah, sure. And he was like, I believe in you. You can do it. You're going to be a great wrestler one day. And
What
I
a
was
nice
like,
kid.
Like, thanks, kid. And I beat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, thank you so much.
The Red Scorpion abused my mate who loved it. He rated him as the best heel he's seen working in Australian indies.
What's a heel?
I don't know. The bottom of your foot.
Next question.
10 to 12 says the Warden. I assume that's an age.
Yeah, Warden's on
J Law will arrest the kid.
it.
Beep beep says the Warden. I don't know what that
Can
means.
you imagine J Law arrests the kid, puts him in cuffs? The kid's like, what's going on? I'm just a wrestling fan. J Law's like, let's go, kid. We're out of here.
Status Tomb says, do you both follow the Big Bash League? I don't think you do. You're not a cricket fan.
No.
I love the Big Bash League.
I'd rather put a part of my body in the oven than watch cricket.
Which part?
Can't comment.
Oh, that was a funny conversation. No, the Big Bash League I'm a huge fan of. That famed 2014 grand final, Scorchers versus Sixers, Brett Lee's last game.
You watch cricket as well, Box?
Yeah, final 3 balls. He needs a hat trick to go out in style. He gets the first 2 wickets.
I see a door. I see
Oh wow, he's here early.
the Warden.
Ah, that's what the beep beep was. Yeah, that famed grand final, Scorchers versus Sixers. Brett Lee, final ball on a hat trick, needs the wicket, and Moses Enriquez botches the stumping.
You know, I knew someone was here because I smelled a cigarette. Did you know that too?
No, I
I smelled a cigarette. I'm like, someone's here, but I wonder who.
The kids and I are looking forward to seeing you wrestle, Alex. I appreciate that, David. Hopefully, I'm wrestling on the November 26th Collecticon.
I think you've been promoted for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Being promoted for it. Jesus.
That'll bring in a few punters. Fans of this podcast.
Or David Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Status Tomb. The zoo which we call home.
Maybe.
Maybe the Content Cat. Maybe the Aussie Observer. We've hit an hour. I'm impressed.
Yep.
Because we got to like 29 minutes, and I'm like, how the hell are we going to get through this thing? We will end it a little bit early though, because we do have to.
Will we?
We do have to attend to other things.
Like what?
Training.
Nah. Johnny Star will wait. It's all right.
The man's busy. He's got
He is busy.
things to do.
We'll finish 5 minutes early.
Places to be. Come on. Throw in your questions, guys. Come on, let us have it. You're providing us content here. We've got absolutely nothing. This may be the worst episode in Mitch and Alex show this year.
Nah, the worst ones are the best ones. If that makes sense.
Then again, this is the most viewers we've had. And I don't know how.
People
We
just
could have the most entertaining content and you'd have 1 viewer. And me and Mitch are sitting here practically freaking snoring and we've got 5 viewers.
people just like to see me sick. It's all my haters. They're like, I'm so happy that he's
Here's
dying.
Austin, Aussie Observer,
No,
Sam Eater, Ivy.
I don't think any of those people hate me. fingers crossed at least.
Adam Graham.
Well, yeah.
What other shows have we got coming up for the rest of the year? We've got 3 shows for the rest of the year. We've got November 18th at the Pat Cell.
Yep.
We've got the Collecticon November 26th.
And Christmas Carnage.
Closing out the year with our second Christmas Carnage. Wow, that is bright, but I like it. No, keep it open. Keep it open. Just a little bit. Thank you. Dancing Dave's here.
Dancing Dave. Someone was asking about him on the pod.
Yeah, Mr. Hardy Productions. Status Tomb says thoughts on Elimination Chamber in Perth. I think.
Oh, I'll comment on that.
Go on.
Elimination Chamber. I remember as a kid when I was watching the WWE, I was like, you know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see like a live Raw. I guess they couldn't have been live, but back then I didn't know that. I would have loved to have seen a TV taping or a pay-per-view or whatever. And now they're finally going to do it. Elimination Chamber in February.
What a banger. Like, there's potential. Like, The Undertaker's doing this one dead man show over here.
Yeah, I saw
There's
that.
potential to have The Rock here.
We're handshaking with everyone.
How are you, Dancing Dave?
He's dancing. Look at him go.
Dancing, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Elimination Chamber thing is amazing for wrestling fans in Australia and highly lucrative for WWE as well because they'd be paid to turn up.
Oh yeah, so much money. Sorry, Dancing Dave, you look jacked.
He smiled.
Why are you being so silent? You're being shy. You're allowed.
Can
to
you
talk.
answer Status Tomb's question, please?
What are your thoughts on Elimination Chamber?
He wants your thoughts, Box.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, sorry. I thought he meant Dancing Dave.
He's dancing, Dave.
I can't wait to go. I'm very excited. Me and one of my mates are going together.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Yeah, I wonder if Aries will pay for his business flights. So we yeah, look, I like it, but I'm just disappointed that Sydney don't get shit. Why
Well,
does
Sydney
Perth
always
get it? What's
Sydney
the-
always gets it.
No, we don't.
No.
Melbourne got it last time. Now Perth's getting it.
It's the governments that are paying. It's like we got Impact, Box.
Oh, down in Wagga Wagga.
The New South Wales government paid
Yeah,
for
we
the
should have gone down in Narendra then.
they paid
Jesus
they paid for
Christ.
the wrong wrestling company.
We probably had bloody more people in attendance than Impact did.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's not nice, Box. Come on.
Yeah.
They did a nice show.
Did they?
I haven't seen it, but
Exactly.
I assume they did.
Exactly.
I assume they did. They've got some good talent on that show. Some great talent.
Do you think this is a response to AEW's Wembley show? No way. No. Optus Stadium in Perth does not compare to a Wembley Stadium.
No, I think Perth just said, "Hey, we'd like a big event. And we're willing to pay X
And
amount
I
of
think
money."
The Australia show was in talks before AEW.
Yeah, they would have been planning it for ages.
I think in order to counter that, they have to do a bigger stadium overseas somewhere.
I think WWE cares about countering AEW.
Yeah.
Do you see what happened? The Wednesday Night Wars, I guess it was
Well, yeah. WWE
900,000 odd to 600,000. WWE
Yeah.
don't care.
eat shit, Tony Khan.
Wow, that's what he gets for killing the Indies, Box. We talked about that on our last podcast,
We
episode
did.
11 of
Yeah,
the Mitch and
check it
Alex
out,
show.
check it out. Have you booked Santa for Christmas Carnage? Two, maybe that'd be. I don't know. Have you booked Santa? Has Santa been booked?
Toto
Toto.
from the Wizard
I
of Oz.
assume,
I
that's, I
guess.
assume that's a typo.
Have we booked Santa? I don't know. No, I haven't booked Santa, but he may turn up. You never know.
Maybe he wants revenge on Johnny Starr.
It'd be pretty amusing, actually.
Um,
Comes out with a big bag of candy.
He's put on weight.
Yeah, yeah.
He's jacked. The zoo you call home.
He's been
Who-
training all year. and he's been training at All Star HQ and he's competitive with Johnny
Yeah.
Starr. Wow.
Who would win a bar brawl at the pub out of the All Star roster? Keegan. Easily.
Nah.
Keegan wins a pub fight.
I tell you what, we were doing a Collecticon once. It was me and Keegan were hanging out in the hotel with a bunch of other guys and we wrestled. Like actual wrestle.
I've heard this story.
And I managed to beat him.
Yeah, but he was drunk.
He's drunk and he had a bung shoulder, but I still won.
You were sober. You don't
Yeah.
drink.
Nah. Look, I still managed to win.
Negative.
I think bar fight winner,
Keegan Brettle. Mike Valuable.
Orlando Jordan.
You're just saying that because he's the heavyweight champion.
No, he's if you look into him, he's an all-American wrestler
Big whoop. Next question.
and a boxer,
Yeah, no one cares.
plus a wrestler.
What?
He went one-on-one with the Undertaker.
I feel like so did everyone in SmackDown over the Ruthless Aggression era. Thanks, Teddy Long.
Oh, the world is a vampire set to drain. That's a Smashing Pumpkin song, box.
Oh, no one cares about the Smashing Pumpkins. I had to do a Smashing Pumpkin song for my music exam the other week.
I love the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're such an NWA fan, eh?
No, I love the NWA before that, but like, no, I think Billy Corgan is a really talented musician.
The Impact show was on NITV. I didn't even know that.
I saw some ads for it, but I didn't tune in.
VCW was also on NITV. Ring announcer Phil, who would win the 100-meter sprint in All Star? Who's the fastest?
Aries.
Yeah, Aries.
Aries is like he's the perfect athlete.
Hmm.
He's like, I don't know. He's like a cheetah.
Oh, we've got a knocker. Mitch is off the. Status Tomb says thoughts on DMDU's downfall, or do you think there is a future for standalone deathmatch fed? Mitch is currently occupied. Now we gave our opinion on deathmatch feds earlier, and personally, I'm not a fan. Dance and Dave's gonna hop in. He knows nothing about Australian wrestling. Thoughts on DMDU's downfall? I don't know. Like I didn't really pay much attention to DMDU, and I think that it's like we called it a niche within a niche before. That's what deathmatch wrestling is, and it's a very very particular fan base. So I think that if there was more standalone deathmatch feds, they wouldn't survive very long. Wow, Mitch is back. You can answer this. I just answered this, but thoughts on DMDU's downfall, or do you think there is a future for standalone deathmatch fed? I don't.
Was DMDU a standalone deathmatch fit?
I think it was.
I think they were booking kind of a mixture.
Well, I mean, when the name of the fed is deathmatch,
Yeah, but
predominantly deathmatch.
I don't know too much about their downfall. I read an article about it. It was a good article on Pro Wrestling Down Under, so check it out. And they kind of went in depth about it, but like they owed a lot of fans some money, apparently, something like that. I guess that's not like, well, it's pertinent.
How do you owe fans money?
So they had a deal where they rented a building out, like they wanted like their version of the ECW arena, I guess, and they wanted the fans to fund it. So fans donated, and they got like $13,000 from donations, and then they didn't pay the people back. But I don't know the story there. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe their funds were held up. So I don't want to assume. But what do I think of their downfall? I think it's sad. It sucks when something is successful and then within a year or two it's not.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I feel for them personally, but at the same time, like death matches overall, like we said earlier, like I said while you were gone, it's a niche within a niche.
yeah,
And it's one of those things where that very small particular group, like that goes to watch them, like it isn't gonna hurt the industry as a whole.
yeah.
If that makes sense. Like as shit as that sounds, shitting on deathmatch wrestling, like for that company personally and the people that run it, like it sucks for them because that's their business at the end of the day. But it's what it is.
I think too much of anything, it becomes overexposed.
Yeah.
Like you can't do a death match every show; it loses its luster.
Yeah, like it's the same as the Canadian Destroyer. Even like you look at Move, right? It's the same principle, right? When Petey Williams did it,
Yeah,
holy shit!
yeah. I remember Canadian Destroyer first time I saw it. Wow.
Yeah, and now there was that spot with Orange Cassidy and Penta doing the back-to-back ones, and then kicked out at one, and it's like,
yeah,
what have you got to do? Oh, but then Orange Cassidy's Superman punch is knocking him out. You know, whatever, dude. Mr. Hardy Productions says, why can't we do a WSW show? Wonder who we is. Wonder if he's referencing All Star.
We've never been introduced to Mr. Adrian Monero.
Yeah.
We'd be open to it, I guess, but
the zoo which we call home. What if the bar brawl was serving rum? Caesar wins.
Caesar.
I got a jerk in my neck.
What happened, Box? Box is down.
I'm back up.
Caesar would win the bar brawl if rum was served, for sure.
I'm going down. We're gonna have to go home soon. Why don't we do a WSW show?
And the answer was we haven't been invited yet. Maybe one day.
Jesus, I'm gone.
Don't know.
Probably
It's a
not.
possibility.
He said
Yeah,
that,
I'd be open to it. Yeah.
Open your ears, Dancing Dave. Jesus Christ. Shut up, Warden.
Wow.
Wow.
Disrespect.
Yeah. Lick my nuts.
Wow.
Nah. Sorry, I'm on fire today. I'm ruthless.
How long have we gone, Box?
An hour and 15 minutes.
An hour and 15 is pretty good. Have we got any final thoughts, Box?
No final thought.
Was there any questions?
People, same as always. Throw out your final.
I'm feeling very cold.
Yeah, a little bit. Lucky I brought my jumper.
I want
Go get your carpet.
I want my carpet jacket and maybe some pants. Some socks.
Yeah, and put the dogs away, please. Yeah, so send out your final thoughts and questions.
I could go for a sneaky nap, to be honest, before training.
Mate, we've got in 10 minutes.
I'll take a 5-minute nap. Why not? You do the rest of the show. Boss.
You're cool. Oh, he's resting on the mic. If we don't get any final thoughts and questions, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like. Oh, here we go. He's so good looking. Who is so good looking? Dave Bullock says, "Thanks for the entertainment while I cook."
Thank you,
What a
David.
gentleman.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that. Shit.
Give a plug to our sponsor.
Shout out to Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance, our sole sponsor of the Mitch and Alex
We've
show.
lost 2.
Thank you to Bulldog Glass and Property Maintenance for this amazing new banner that is ridiculously large.
They stuck with us, Box. They stuck with us.
They did.
What did we do in episode 11 that caused so much
That's
controversy?
what we call loyalty. I don't know. Maybe the Aussie Observer gave him a ring.
Wow, you mentioned that guy a lot of times. He's upset you.
Yeah. I got heated. Lucky the mics weren't working properly. So
I don't even know who that is, and nor do I care, Box.
like, share, comment, all that good stuff. It helps with our analytics to bring you more great content. And keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Sorry. Dance
Why
and
are you
Dave did-
laughing
because
so
Dance
much?
and Dave did something in the background and made me piss myself.
Did you bring out the little puppet?
He did not. I'm trying to close the show.
All right. Close
Please.
it, please.
Please. Make sure you keep an eye
I'm
out
going
on
for a
our
nap.
social media.
Let's get tacos.
Keep an eye on our social media at the Mitch and Alex Show on
Tacos.
Instagram and Facebook. See what I have to deal with, guys. And keep an eye out for our giveaway. I'm gonna come back there and slap you once I end.
So Dancing Dave and Box are about to fight,
Yeah,
and
guys,
we'll
have a good one.
see you guys next week.